comfortably on your lap. Lift your spine tall, shoulders down and away from your ears. If you like, take the moment to close down your eyes. Otherwise, finding a soft gaze at the ground. So you can find your sits bones by rocking back and forth and just stacking your spine nice and tall. With the eyes closed, we'll just start to tune in, noticing the quality of your own breath. Starting to notice where you feel that in your whole body. And placing your hand at your heart, taking a deep breath in, pressing the chest into the palm. And as you exhale, just feeling the heart sink just a little bit. Inhaling, pressing chest into the palm. And exhale, just feeling this space softening down. Now placing the hand to the belly, take a deep breath in, expand the belly, big like a balloon. As you exhale, hug belly button into the spine. Full breath in, let the belly expand. Exhale as you contract. One more deep breath in. Full breath out. And you're keeping the hand on the belly, your back to the lap. Start to bring in your Ujjayi breath. Exhaling, creating a light constriction at the back of your throat. So inhale, drawing the breath in, recreating that same light constriction. Sealing your lips closed, move your breath gently in and out of your nose. Going with the natural rhythm of your breath. As you start to tune in to the sound of this breath, just notice how it makes you feel. And as we have so many thoughts that come through during our meditation, just recognize whatever comes through. Redirect your thoughts back to either counting the breath or simply saying in on each inhalation and out on each exhalation. You need to remind yourself every once in a while, as it is natural to go off into other thoughts. Just starting to soften any body parts that you may feel tensions. If you feel it in the jaw, just wiggle down. If you notice the shoulders coming back to the ears, lower them down. If you hold tension in your palms, wiggle your fingers, soften them to the lap. And reminding yourself to keep your belly soft with each breath. Continuing this breath, take your arms out to the sides of the body, up to the sky, bringing your palms up to touch. So you exhale, gently float your fingertips down to the sides. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, fingertips touch. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, reaching out and up, this time interlacing hands together, flipping the palms up to the sky, lengthening through the sides of the body, maybe even lifting the rib cage away from the diaphragm, taking a little bit deeper of a breath. And place your left hand down to the ground next to you. Inhale, reach long with the right side of your body. Exhale, bend your left elbow, reaching the right fingertips up and over, and just following your gaze wherever it's most comfortable. Maybe just drawing that right shoulder blade back just a little bit more, spinning the heart open. Keeping the sits bones on the ground, bending into that left elbow. And inhale, come all the way up, switching sides, right hand down, lift long through the left. And then exhaling, bending the right elbow, sweeping the fingertips up and over, and just finding that gaze where it's most comfortable, feeling the length on the left side of the body, and just drawing that left shoulder blade back towards the spine. That spin, that slight rotation. Inhale, come all the way up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Starting with a bend to your elbows, draw the shoulder blades in towards the spine and down. And as that starts to feel okay in the elbows, start to straighten the arms, working the knuckles down towards the mat. Maybe even working the knuckles away from the body towards the back wall. And if you have a strap at home, you'd like to take that between the hands, you can even extend the arms out, taking that a little broader. Take one more full breath here. Deep inhale, open your arms out. Exhale, give yourself a hug, right arm on top of left. Hands can be at the backs of your shoulders, maybe the backs of your hands together, or eagle arms with the palms together to touch. Drawing the chin in towards the chest, softening the back of the neck, tops of the shoulders. Inhale, open your arms out wide. Exhale, left arm on top of right. Any variation you like here with the hands. Gently drawing the chin in, relaxing the back of your neck. Gently inhale, open the arms out wide. Exhale, release your hands down to the top of the lap here. We'll just take a few seated cat-cows. So we'll start by inhaling, drawing the chest forward, lifting the chin, drawing the shoulder blades back. And exhale, tucking the chin in towards the chest, scooping the belly. Inhale, lifting the chin up, chest forward. Exhale, curling, exaggerating that arch in the spine. One more time, inhale, lifting the heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, curl and round. And we'll take a few rolls here. So starting to the right, bring your chest forward, chin up. And on your way back, tuck the chin in, create that C curve with the spine. Inhaling forward, lift the chin. Exhale, scoop the belly. Inhaling and exhaling. We'll gently switch the opposite direction. So going left, inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. One more time, inhaling forward. Exhale back. Sitting up nice and tall, we'll come into a spinal twist. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, right hand behind you, left hand to your right knee. Lifting up nice and tall on your inhale. Hug the core in and rotate on your exhale, looking towards your right shoulder. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, over towards the left, right hand to left knee, left fingertips walk behind. Inhale, reach both arms overhead. Exhale, seated forward fold. Reach your fingertips to the ground. Keeping the sits bones on the earth, walk your hands away from you on your inhale. Exhale, just hinging forward as far as that feels good. Keeping the sits bones on the ground. You can continue inhaling, reaching forward, and exhaling, folding. Next, inhale, walk your fingertips back towards the shin. We're going to go the opposite way, so switching the shins here. Reaching your fingertips out in front of you, take a deep breath in. Exhale as you walk your hands away from you, coming into that forward fold, lengthening the sides of the body, the spine. Exhaling, just folding forward. Inhale, walk your hands back towards your shins. We're going to come into tabletop for just a transition into our downward facing dog, since we already did some seated cat-cows. So tuck your toes, lift your knees off of the mat, coming into your first downward facing dog. Start with a bend to your knees here, maybe a little bit shorter distance, feet a little closer to the wrist. And if that feels good, you can start to pedal out the feet. So start to draw one heel down towards the mat, bend the opposite knee. And then just slowly going back and forth as that feels good. On your next inhale, look at the fingertips. Exhale with knees bent, stab your feet right behind your wrists, forward fold. Either coming straight over the thighs, letting the hands rest down, or holding on to opposite elbows. Give yourself just a little sway side to side. Keeping the chin in, back of the neck neutral. Slowly come back to neutral. Fingertips reach down to the ground. Heel toe feet together to touch. With a slight bend to your knees, inhale, come all the way to stand. Big toes touch. Lengthen your spine. Press your palms to your heart. We'll start to move into our classical sun salutes. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Step your right foot back, low lunge, touching the right knee down, left knee right over the ankle. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog, big toes touch the back of the mat, coming into your inverted V. Inhale, come forward, shoulders right over your wrists, tuck under your tailbone. Exhale, lower down to your knees, bend your elbows, chest, chin, all the way to the mat. Inhale, cobra, slide to your belly, tucking your toes, upper thighs off of the mat. Exhale, back to knees, downward facing dog, lifting the tailbone up. Step your left foot top of the mat, right knee lowers down gently. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step the right foot top of the mat, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms forward up to the sky. Exhale your hands back to your heart center. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Step your left leg back, lower your left knee down, tuck your left toes, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, big toes touch the back of the mat. Inhale, come forward, straight line with the body. Exhale, bend your knees, elbows, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale, cobra, sliding to the belly. Engage the triceps, upper back. Exhale, back to knees. Downward facing dog, closing the lower rib cage in. Right foot top of the mat, left knee down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms in front of you up to the sky. Exhale, hands back to your heart center. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot steps back. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, you can either come through knees or just straight to downward facing dog. Left foot top of the mat, right knee down. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg steps back. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, either knees or just straight to downward facing dog. Right leg top of the mat, left knee down. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg back. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg steps back. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Right leg forward, left knee down. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bring back into mountain pose. Hands to the sides of your body, big toes touch, space between your heels. Either close your eyes or take a gentle gaze at the ground. Lifting up tall through the crown of the head. Begin to shift your weight forward to the fronts of your toes, back into your heels. Find the center of your feet. Shift slightly to the left edge of your foot, the right. Return back to the center of your feet. Engage your legs, glutes, abdomen, chest and back. Engage your arms as you reach your fingertips to the ground. Whole body is active and engaged. See, lengthen and deepen your breath. And take one more full breath here. Your exhale, open your eyes, place your hands to your hips. Step any leg out wide for our goddess squat, so long as you can still see the screen. Heels in, toes out, and it's just going to depend on how wide you'd like to have your stance. When you come into your bend, just making sure that the knees stay behind the toes, and you tuck under the tailbone. So we're going to start by inhaling, reach the arms out and up. As you exhale, Inhale, bend your knees. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. As you exhale and bend, just taking a quick glance, knees behind the toes. Inhale, straighten the legs, arms overhead. And exhale, we're going to just pause here for a moment, concentrating on hugging in the lower core, tucking under the tailbone, and our back is straight, nice up and down. See if you can take that just a little deeper into the squat. Nice, keep the heart lifted. On your inhale, straighten your legs, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your hips, wide leg forward fold. So inner arches of the feet face each other, toes straight ahead. Strongly engage the legs as you inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, strong back, fold forward, hands come down to the mat. So if you like, you can walk the heels of the hands back towards the heels of the feet, fingertips and toes straight ahead. Or if you want to take a downward facing dog version, you can walk your hands out. Maybe you can just sit back a little bit more in the heels, pressing the heels away from each other. So you're going to feel that strong engagement out of the outer thighs here. Sits bones will spread a little bit away from each other and back towards the back wall. You feel that lengthening in the sides of the body and the spine. I'm going to take one more full breath here. If you had your hands out in front of you, just start to walk them back right underneath your shoulders. Bend your knees, hands to your hips, and inhale, come all the way up. Pivot your right toes for warrior two. Bend into your right knee. Keep your left foot across the mat. Taking that knee right over the ankle, more towards the pinky edge. So lifting up the heel, squeezing the outer thigh, placing it back down. Tucking under the tail, strong core and back as you reach the arms out to the sides of your body. Tops of the shoulders away from the ears, holding an imaginary pencil between the shoulder blades. Each exhale, see if you can just sink a little deeper. Firming the outside of the right thigh. Pressing the left edge of the foot into the ground. We're going to take one more full breath here. And your exhale, hands to your hips, triangle pose. Straighten your right leg. Heel toe the left foot in a little closer if you need a shorter stance. The left toes are in on a slight angle. Level your hips. Reach your right arm out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you place right hand either to the thigh, shin, or if you have a block on the inside of your right foot. Left hand to your left hip bone for just a moment as you feel the front of the left hip bone is in line with the top of the shoulder, the front of the shoulder here. So you're working the back of the left shoulder blade towards the spine, that slight spinning or rotation of the torso forward. Hand can stay on your hip or extend overhead, and find your gaze where it's most comfortable. So if it's too much to look up at the hand, you can look straight ahead or down at the right foot. Both legs are straight, keeping the knees soft. Taking just a couple more breaths here. Gently placing the left hand on the hip. Inhale, come all the way up. Coming into our goddess squat again. Heels in, toes out. So if you need a shorter stance, heel toe the feet closer together. Just take our practice squat, making sure that we have the right distance, the knees behind the toes. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, coming into our goddess squat, hands at your heart. Inhale, straighten the legs, arms overhead. Exhale, squatting down. Inhale, arms overhead. As we hold this last one, again, taking a moment, spine is straight, crown of the head lifted, tucking under the tailbone. So if you need to take a little bit of movement coming out of it, straightening the legs and going back in. Otherwise, just really firm up the legs. Hold this one more breath. Good. Inhale, straighten legs, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your hips, coming back into wide leg forward fold. Pivot the feet so that feet are parallel towards one another. If you like, you can interlace hands behind the back for this variation. Taking a deep breath in, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, squeezing that pencil. And as you exhale, firming the outside of the thighs, firming the belly, folding forward. If this is a little too deep of a stretch in the upper body, place your hands back down to the ground, keeping shoulders stacked over wrists. Maybe the heels of the hands working back towards the heels of the feet. Just choosing your variation, tucking under the chin, lengthening the neck, and just taking a few more deep breaths here. Either placing your hands on the ground, bending the knees, hands to the hips, or if you can just bring your fists to the tailbone, bending the knees, inhale, come all the way back up. We'll take our warrior two on the left side, pivot the left toes, bend into the left knee, making any adjustments with the right foot, taking a moment here, making sure the hips are level. Knee stacking over the ankle more towards the pinky edge of the foot, extending the arms out to the sides of the body. Again, holding that imaginary pencil between the shoulder blades and finding your gaze beyond the left fingertips. See, with each exhale, you can go a little deeper into that lunge, maintaining the structure of the knee here. Bringing the belly of the hamstring a little bit more parallel to the mat. Hugging in the core, continuing your deep diaphragmatic breaths. One more full breath here. Your exhale, hands to your hips, triangle pose. Straighten left leg, heel toe, right foot in a little bit closer. Turning the right toes in slightly, leveling your hips, extend your left arm in front, inhale. Exhale, left hand either to your upper thigh, shin, block, wherever your hand is most supported. Right hand to your hip bone for just a moment. Again, if you start to feel the front of this right shoulder coming down towards the ground, I want to take a moment to just draw it back of the right shoulder blade going towards the spine. Right hand can stay to your hip or extend overhead, and just finding that gaze that's most comfortable. Continuing to breathe, really firming the legs. Your next inhale, bringing the hand to the hip, come all the way up. Bend into your front leg and exhale, bring your top foot, stepping back to plank. You can take a moment here to either go back to downward facing dog. You can lower down to knees, chest, chin. Coming moving into cobra, and then downward facing dog. So just taking a couple deep breaths here, feet hip width apart, maybe continuing to bend the knees, pedaling the feet, however that feels good for you. I'm going to take an inhale, reach right leg up and back. Exhale, high lunge, bend your right knee, step to the top of the mat, letting the left leg come straight, staying up onto the left toes. So taking a moment here again, right knee right over the ankle, tucking under the tailbone, hugging in the low core. So we're having a nice support for our lumbar spine here. Inhale, reaching arms overhead, and exhale, opening arms out wide. Inhale, circle the arms forward and up. Exhale, open the arms out. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, out. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Hinge forward. Bringing your left hand to the inside of the right foot, right hand to your hip. Spinning the fingertips up to the sky. Or maybe you're taking left elbow to the outside of the right knee, pressing the palms together as you start to spin the torso towards the wall. So taking just a couple of deep breaths here. We're going to try a little bit of a challenge here. So if your hand is on the ground, we're going to just take it for a moment. You can either keep it on the ground, you're going to step that left foot up for chair. If you're in the twist, you're going to just hop that left foot to the top of the mat, staying in a chair twist. If you have your hand down to the ground, you're just going to walk it off to the side a little bit, stepping forward, and then maybe you have your hands at your heart center if that's more comfortable, or overhead. We're going to hold this just one more breath because I know if you've been in that chair. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Reach your fingertips over the tops of your thighs. Inhale halfway, palms to shins. Exhale, plant your palms, step or lightly hop to a plank. You can either come knees, chest, chin, cobra, or straight to down dog. We're going to try that on the left leg. So inhale, reach left leg up and back. Exhale, bend your left knee, step to the top of the mat. Keeping that right leg straight, stand onto the right toes. Tuck under the tailbone, hugging the lower ribs and the belly. Arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, open the arms out. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale out. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale out. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hinge forward. Right hand either to the inside of your left foot. Maybe they have, right hand down. Left hand to the hip, and you can spin the left fingertips up to the sky. Or if you'd like to take the twist, right hand to the outside of the left knee, spinning the heart open. We're going to step up to that chair. So finding either that right hand off to the side a little so that we can step the right foot to the top. If you're in your twist, you're going to just take that big step up, chair pose. Continue to sit back in your seat, twisting here. If you weren't in the twist and you wanted to come into that, now is your chance. Good. One more deep breath here. And exhale, fold over the tops of the legs. Inhale, come up halfway, palms to the shins. Exhale, plant your palms, hop or step to a plank. You can this time, if you like, lower halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling to up dog, pressing the toenails down, letting the tops of the hip bones rest down towards the mat, opening up through the heart. Then moving into your down dog. We'll take an inhale, reach right leg up and back. Exhale, warrior two, right foot to the top of the mat, spin your left foot across. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, reverse warrior. So left hand to the back of the left thigh, flip the right palm up and sweep the right arm up and over. Left hand can continue to slide down. Just make sure you're not pressing onto that left knee. And you always have the option to wrap that left arm behind your back, fingertips into the hip crease. Keeping that lunge into the right knee. And this is a lateral side stretch back. One more deep breath in. Exhale, extended side angle, right forearm to right thigh. Left hand sweeps up and over the ear so that the inside of the bicep is next to the ear. You can take any variation you like here. So if you'd rather have the back of the left hand to your sacrum, maybe right hand to the block. Maybe you're trying out the wrap, you're taking the right arm underneath, clasping hands together. So just finding your variation. If forearm is on the thigh, just make sure that you're not sinking into that shoulder. You're really strong, pressing the forearm into the thigh. Staying lifted here. One more full breath. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, frame your right foot, step back to plank. Take your variation to move into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, inhale, lift left leg up and back. Exhale, warrior two, left foot to the top of the mat, spin your right foot across, reach the arms out. Reverse warrior, right hand to the back of the right thigh, flip the left palm to the ceiling, sweeping straight back, so lunging deep into the left leg, opening up through this lateral side of the body here, left shoulder blade back slightly. If you like, that right hand can come behind the back into the hip joint here. Maintaining that structure in the front leg, taking one more breath. Good. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, left forearm to left thigh, right arm right alongside the ear here, so inside of the bicep next to the ear. Any other variation you'd like to take, feel free. Otherwise, we're really just looking down at our structure, left leg here, knee over the ankle, more towards pinky edge. Maybe working that right shoulder blade back just a little bit more, opening through the front of the body, keeping that length in the lateral sides here. One more full breath. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, frame your top foot. Back to plank. Your variation here to get back into downward facing dog. One more full breath here. Inhale, look at the top of your mat. Exhale, step or lightly hop top of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides of the body, up to the sky. And exhale, hands back to your heart center. We're going to take a standing figure 4 pose here. So if you're more comfortable getting next to the wall, you can always come next to the wall, right hip next to the wall first, right hand on the wall. And we're going to start in our right foot. We're going to just start to sink like we do, like we're preparing for eagle. But instead of taking that left thigh up and on top of the right, we're actually going to bend the knee in, then rotate, bringing the foot on top of the right thigh, and then sitting back in our chair. So again, if you have the wall, you can always have your hand to the wall steadying you and going just far down as feels good in the squat. Flex the left toes. You can always place your hands at your heart center. Nice work here. Really strong right thigh. Good balance here. Nice work. And you're going to feel this stretch too on the outside of the left thigh. One more breath here. Good. Gently coming out, place the left foot down. Inhale, reach arms overhead. We'll go into a forward fold. Exhale, separate the feet hip width apart. Fold forward. You can grab onto your big toes if you like here. Or if you really like that chest stretch, interlacing the hands behind the back. One more deep breath here. Reaching the fingertips to the ground, heel to toe, feet together to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out and up. Exhale, hands back to your heart. We're going to take that on the opposite side. So now if you have the wall near you, you're going to bring your left hand near the wall. Start to sit back in your chair like we're going to go into eagle. Instead of taking the thigh up and over, we're going to bend the knee in, rotate from the hip, and then bring the right foot on top of the left thigh. Flex the toes towards the shin. And again, you might have that wall that you're steadying onto, or maybe your hands are at your heart center, keeping the heart lifted, sinking deeper. Nice. Good control, staying balanced in that left foot. And again, you're getting a really deep stretch here in the right hip and thigh. And we're going to hold this one more breath. Good, and gently bringing that foot down, separating the feet. Forward fold right over the tops of the thighs. Take any variation you like with the hands, so holding on to the big toes or interlacing the hands behind the back, whatever feels best for you. And then place your fingertips to the ground. Bend your knees and inhale, come all the way back up. We're going to take another pose, another squat pose, Malasana. So for Malasana, if you're used to this pose and you know that you need to have a block where your sacrum goes and a blanket where your heels go, if your heels don't go all the way down to the ground. So go ahead and just take a moment to get yourself set up if you know this about yourself. If you've never done Malasana before, it might be nice to have those things just in case that is the case for you. So in our goddess squat, we took that out a little bit wider. This time it's going to be a little closer together. Heels in, toes out. And again, not everybody's heels go down to the ground in Malasana, so go ahead and have the blanket there. Starting to bend the knees, hands can stay at the hips for now, and just until you find your placement here. So coming into this really deep squat. Again, that block might be handy if I don't come all the way down. Elbows to the inner thighs, hands to your heart, and my back is nicely engaged. I'm lifting the sternum up, maybe bringing my gaze forward, lifting the chin. If this is a little too deep, too intense, you can't come all the way down to the ground, come back to our goddess and just take a few flows here. You're still getting that nice inner thigh, groin, and hip stretch. So either way, take just a few breaths. One more deep breath here. Good. And press the fingertips to the ground, straighten your legs, and then parallel the feet towards each other. Bending the knees, hands to the hips, and inhale, come all the way up. So if you have your props, just move them off to the side for a moment here. Hands to your heart center as you inhale, reach arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or lightly hop, moving into downward facing dog. And inhale, reach right leg up and back. Exhale, half pigeon, bend your right knee, sweep to the top of the mat. If you like, you can take that block to the right glute muscle, and maybe the blanket to where the inner thigh is going to touch the mat. Just avoid having that underneath the right ankle. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can fold forward and have the other block for your forehead as you reach your arms out in front of you and just melting your heart down. And one more full breath here. Inhale, start to come back up to your palms. Step your right foot back for downward facing dog. Two variations, you can either pedal your feet here, or if you like, you can reach that right leg up and back. Bend your right knee, open up your hip flexor, so as on the right hip. Inhale, re-straighten the right leg. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach left leg up and back. Exhale, bend your left knee, sweep to the top of the mat. Lower the right leg down, scoot the right toes towards the back edge of the mat. And if you feel that you have some gaps between your body and the mat, use some props here. Block under the glute. Blanket under the right thigh. Lengthen on an inhale. And fold forward on your exhale. On your next inhale, start to walk your hands back towards your shin. Step your left leg back dog. Either staying here to pedal the feet or lifting that left leg up, bending the left knee, opening at the left hip flexor. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gently bend your knees, lower all the way down. Come onto your hip and then onto your glutes. Holding onto the backs of your hamstrings. Lower all the way down to the ground. Giving yourself a little hug. And just rocking side to side. If you like, you can take big circles here with the knees. And just go the opposite direction. Inhale, hug knees to the middle of the body. And exhale, spinal twist to the right. Either giving yourself a big hug here or opening the left arm out. Maybe right hand is on the outside of the left thigh or opening the arms out like a big T. And hug your knees back to the midline of your body. Exhale over to the left side, either giving yourself a big hug with your right arm, or if you like, opening the right arm out like a big T, left hand to the outside of the thigh or out. If you're going to have your props for your last pose, go ahead and bring your right arm over, press up, and come all the way to sit back up. If you don't want your props and you'd rather just lie in your bound ankle, you can stay right here on your back, bringing soles of the feet together. I'll just walk you through having some of the props for the last pose here. So my bolster or big pillow, 2 blocks to prop me up a little bit, blanket at the top of the mat, or the bolster here. I roll just a little bit for the cervical spine and have the rest for a pillow. 1 to sit on, near my bolster, then 1 really long, folded in half, and then rolled. Having your sacrum right up against the bolster, soles of the feet together to touch. Having the blanket, tops of the feet underneath the ankles. And then you can just have the rest of it kind of supporting underneath the thighs here. The thighs don't open all the way up. Coming all the way down. If you have an eye pillow, that would be really, really lovely here. Hands either to your belly or arms to the sides of the body. And if you'd rather have your Shavasana just flat on the ground, go ahead and get into your comfortable position. Slowly begin to relax down the breath. Soften the space between the eyebrows. Relax down your jaw. Soften your throat, chest and collarbones. Relax the back of your right shoulder, right arm, right hand. Relax the back of your left shoulder, left arm, left hand. Relax your upper back, middle of your back, the lower back. Soften the muscles in your stomach. Coming back to a natural rhythm of breath. Relax your hips, right leg, right foot, left leg, left foot. Feeling ease in your body, completely relaxed. bring awareness back to your body. Begin to deepen your breath. Any movement to your fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead for a stretch. Pulling around wrists and ankles. Hugging your knees to the midline of your body. Gently roll to your favorite side. When you're ready, come all the way up, seated position. Hands at your heart with a deep breath in. Full